Thank you, Chair, Commissioner, colleagues. Big majority of Europeans want a humane and controlled European migration policy, and that is why we have to end years of chaos and inhumane circumstances, because we will not be able to explain to our voters that we end this term in chaos. We've witnessed in recent years the total collapse of trust between the member states. We've seen pushbacks and violence at the external borders, inhumane reception conditions and asylum seekers sleeping on the streets of the richest countries on this planet. Over the past 8 years, we've worked tirelessly for a package that is in line with our values, while the political climate is getting chillier by the day. Compromises have been reached just before Christmas with great difficulty. And I find it tragic that this House found itself defending European values against the Council. Because regretfully, many governments are not upholding those same values, and they will aim to deny as many asylum claims as possible and put as many people in indefinite detention as they can, including children. That is why the European Commission needs to be tough and enforce the law that we're going to vote today. The European Commission will have to do a lot more to convince us that it will actually enforce the new pact, because in recent years it allowed human rights violations to happen and it didn't lift a finger, I'm sorry to say. Dirty deals with Tunisia, colleagues, cannot be considered a confidence-building measure either, for that matter. But this House also has a responsibility. We will have to hold the European Commission to account, and we have not done so for the last 5 years. If we're criticising the Commission, and I am criticising the Commission, we also have to acknowledge that we let the Commission get away with it for the past 5 years, and we didn't lift a finger. Today, in the vote, the far right will be showing its true colours. It will vote against because it doesn't really want solutions. It wants chaos and misery to continue because that's what they feed on. There are also colleagues who will vote against for understandable and legitimate reasons, and I share many of their concerns. But I still think that we should endorse the package because we have a responsibility as politicians. Because if we reject the pact, there will be nothing in its place. There's not going to be a better alternative, but we'll end up with a situation where no single rule will be respected anymore, and we'll end in a race to the bottom and the end to the right of asylum in Europe. We cannot, unfortunately, legislate away an ultra-right majority. Because even if you reject the package, that majority will still be there. And it may actually be bigger in the next term. And are you going to entrust the next parliament with the elaboration of our asylum policies? Well, not me, colleagues, not me. With regard to my own file, the Reception Conditions Directive, we've obtained many guarantees and safeguards for asylum seekers, especially for the most vulnerable. We have ensured a legal representative for all unaccompanied children from the day they arrive. We made sure that the detention of children is the absolute exception and only with judicial authorization. We've guaranteed asylum seekers access to education and language courses and quicker access to the labour market. We ensured specific attention for vulnerable groups like women, children and LGBTIQ people. And the standards laid down in the Reception Conditions Directive will apply to the entire package. And upholding all of these elements in the implementation of the Pact is crucial, because it can only work if it has the trust of everyone. The weakness lies not in the legal text, colleagues. That is quite clear. It lies in the implementation by the Member States and enforcement by the European Commission. So today we need to prove the cynics wrong and show that asylum is a European matter, requiring a European response in line with our European values. And we take responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, after the rapporteurs, let me welcome Commissioners Ylva Johansson and Commissioner Margaritis Chinas. And I will now give the floor to Commissioner Ylva Johansson to address the plenary on behalf of the Commission.